We've got some more open doubles action for you down on table number 1. That's Blake Robertson and Kane Gabriel on the left side. Joe Rhodes, Fawaz AlGhais on the right. That's 3 games out of 5. This one for 5th place or better in the losers bracket. And it's 1-0 here in the first game in favor of Rhodes and AlGhais. Here's Kane Gabriel up the table and in to tie it up at 1. Kane out of Castle Rock, Colorado. Blake Robertson living in Tampa, Florida. Joe Rhodes, Kansas City, Missouri. And Fawaz AlGhais from the nation of Kuwait. And stroking it home here is Rhodes. One here in game, rather 2-1 here in game number 1. Jim Stevenson, Clay Toomey. On the final day of the Colorado State Championships, another great event here in Thornton, Colorado. AlGhais with a block up the table. Rhodes had a chance to grab it, but it's Gabriel who has the only score for his team so far, who gains possession of it. Fires that one down the middle. Picked up here by Fawaz. Robertson has yet to convert against AlGhais. Picked up here by Rhodes. Joe Rhodes, the 2016 National Open Doubles champion with Ryan Moore. Gabriel also a national champion, also with Ryan. Nice pass here up the table, caught by Rhodes, who can extend his team's lead here in the first game. Kane Gabriel also second place finisher at this year's Tornado World Championships in open doubles with his good friend Mario Originello. Blake Robertson, also a national champion with Ryan Moore. There's 3 of them on the table. In fact, I think it's the last 3 open doubles national champions playing with Ryan Moore are here on this table. Robertson, Gabriel, and Rhodes. Fawaz needs to hook up with Ryan. And there's Fawaz hooking up with the back of the goal. And we've got a timeout. That was for you, Brad Anderson. Big shot there by Fawaz, makes it 4-3, and here's Blake coming right back, setting it up. Taking some time, and has it blocked down towards the goal. Nice save there by Robertson. Blake just 2 of 7 passing, 2 of 7 shooting so far in the match. A slow start for the talented player out of Tampa. Joe Rhodes 3 for 5 shooting it. That's 60%, and that'll get it done. Neither player really clicking on the 5 as of yet. Here's Rhodes. He'll set it up looking to win game number 1, and he does as he finds that straight hole. So Joe Rhodes, Fawaz AlGhais come out and claim the opening game of this losers bracket open doubles match for 5th place or better. Second game underway. Blake Robertson will put it into play. These tournaments are marathons. It's amazing sometimes. It's fascinating to think that these guys can play foosball 12, 16 hours a day and still have something left on Sunday. Maybe it's not quite 100% of what they're capable of, but they're still out there battling. But it is amazing how much foosball these foosball players play at these big events. And those of you watching, of course, who have experienced it know exactly what I'm talking about. It is a battle. You have to have tremendous table stamina. And there's Fawaz again, this time with a pull kick. Look at him go. Great shot by Fawaz AlGhais. It's 1-1. Robertson. First game statistics. Blake Robertson, just 2 of 8 passing, 2 of 7 shooting it. Joe Rhodes, 4 for 6 shooting against Gabriel, and Joe will get another chance here. And he strokes it home. Rhodes and AlGhais playing with great confidence right now. And timeout called here. Joe Rhodes will put the ball back into play on his 5. It is 1-0 in favor of Rhodes and his partner Fawaz AlGhais. And Joe will get another chance here. He's 5 of 8 shooting it so far. There's Gabriel to make the block on that. Effort comes back to Fawaz, who has scored twice so far from goal. Make it 3 times. It's 3-2. There comes Robertson. Blake has that one blocked. Up the table, Rhodes tried to grab it, couldn't do so. Gabriel able to pick it up. And a struggle so far for the talented Blake Robertson. Under 40%, just over 30% shooting and passing so far. Gabriel putting it on goal. Rebound grabbed by Robertson, who fires it home far side. Again, we talked about it last night, and it's evident when you look at the statistics. Blake Robertson, a better shooting percentage when he shoots within 5 seconds. That 5 seconds is total possession time. Big possession here for Rhodes, who sets it up. And Joe is going to call, I believe, a timeout. Maybe not. Yes, he is. Ball put back into play by Joe Rhodes, who strokes it home. 4-3 lead for Rhodes and AlGhais. Boy, they have really played well, but Fawaz lets that one get away. Robertson will set it up and stroke it home near side, so Fawaz unable to contain that one. It gets Robertson a possession, which he immediately takes care of. And we're tied at 4 here in the second game. A switch, Gabriel moving forward, Robertson moving back in. Rhodes bouncing it through the lane, will set it up against Robertson, looking for a second game win and a 2-0 lead. Joe Rhodes tried to stroke that long. Robertson not going to give it to him, calls timeout, and will bring Kane Gabriel back to goal. Thank you for Joe Rhodes on that possession. You've got to take some time. Robertson just too quick to try to beat him to that long hole after a second or two. Kane Gabriel will put the ball back into play. Angling that one on goal. Fawaz makes the block. Rebound grabbed by Blake. looking to tie this match up at a game apiece. Blake Robertson. Trying to take a lot of time. It was blocked, and there he was to slam dunk home the rebound. And even Fawaz AlGhais appreciates that one. We're even at a game apiece. Third game underway. Joe Rhodes, who is shooting 55% so far, will get a chance to increase that here against Gabriel. And he does. It's 1-0. Joe had a shot to win that second game. And that one finds a tight hole near side. Not sure where that one went. It's 1-1. One game apiece, one goal apiece here in game number 3. And the nice pass here. Interesting on that last possession of Blake Robertson in game number 2, and that one's going to get past AlGhais as it spun into the goal. Had a lot of torque on it. It's 2-1. That last possession by Robertson, he sat on the ball. He had a 14.8 time of possession. AlGhais blocked the shot, and then 0.6 seconds to slam dunk home the rebound. A couple of breaks have tied this thing up at 2 apiece. Joe Rhodes. And that one's going to get in. They're talking about whether Joe might have recoiled that one in. I don't think Rhodes is going to acknowledge it.
I'm fine with it. I wouldn't give it to you if I thought it was blatant.
Such a judgment call. It's really not something I don't think that the players themselves can determine. I think you're going to have an official at the table to make that kind of a call. No question, Rhodes does recoil the ball. And apparently they're going to compromise. Well, that's awfully kind of Joe Rhodes and Fawaz AlGhais. They're going to compromise and put the ball in Rhodes' 5. Interesting. But again, it's such a tough thing to determine, really, among the players. And Joe is going to pass it through the high lane, hoping to make it a moot point right here. Which he does. It's 3-2. Here in game number 3, 1 game apiece. Losers bracket match for 5th place or better in open doubles here at the 2017 Colorado State Championships. Passed along the wall here by Robertson. Let's see how long Blake takes. Not much. He scores it. Get the switch. Robertson moving back. Joe Rhodes, 8 for 12 shooting the ball against Kane Gabriel. Kane has it here on the 5. He's going to go ahead and pass it through along the wall. Looks like he wants to shoot it. Nope, he's going to call the timeout, bring Blake Robertson back to forward. After a slow start, Blake Robertson, who shot 29% in the first game, has moved his percentage all the way up to 50%. After going 7 for 11 over the last 2 games. And he'll look to give his team the lead right here as he sets it up. And strokes it home near side. That's a nice play by Gabriel and Robertson, and they have surged ahead here in game number 3. It's 4-3. And Rhodes loses that one back to Gabriel. Again, he'll call timeout, bring Blake back to forward. Blake Robertson puts it back into play and looks to give his team a 2-1 lead as he sets it up against Fawaz AlGhais. Blake fires it back, I believe, down the middle after a fake to that near side. It's 2-1. What do you got for us, Clay?
Blake Robertson, inside of 5 seconds, is 5 for 7 from his 3-bar. Beyond that, he's 6 for 13.
All right, there you go. A little better percentage when he doesn't take his time, and that's usually the case with Blake Robertson. Although he had a couple of nice possessions where he has worked the clock and still scored it. That is something he really needs to do. He needs to work towards that if he's going to break through to the next level. He's taking his time here. And strokes it home. See, that is a really nice possession for Blake Robertson, who seems to have settled in. 7.5 seconds he took on that one. Joe Rhodes still better than 60% shooting the ball. And right now, the pressure on Joe to get busy offensively here. Down 2-1, down 1-0. And he does find the back of the goal to even it at 1 here in game number 4. Here's Robertson, who has made 10 of his last 14 from the 3-rod. After a really slow start, just 2 for 7 in that first game. Robertson again working it and finding a tight near corner. Another switch. And Gabriel will shoot against Robertson. I believe he's 0 for 1 shooting against Blake. Make it 1 for 2 as he strokes that one home. Joe, the pride of Kansas City, Missouri. If you want to have a good steak, go to Kansas City, folks. Robertson, rather Gabriel with a pull shot down the middle. Blake Robertson has made his last 5 in a row from the 3-rod. Looking to make it 6 here against Fawaz. But Fawaz with a block up into the air, and it's going to roll back to the great Kuwaiti player and up the table with a nice pass to Rhodes. Rhodes has that one blocked by Gabriel. It bounces to the 5 of Robertson. 2-2 here in game number 4. And that one blocked back into the goal. Fawaz being aggressive. But Robertson defensively got a man on it and sent it back into AlGhais' goal. And it's stolen here by Gabriel. If the trend holds, he'll stay up here to pass, which he tries to do and then slams it in on the rebound. It's match point for Kane Gabriel and Blake Robertson. You look at Kane and Blake, and there's just so much talent on that side of the table. It is certainly almost expected that they're going to get a top 5 finish based on their athleticism alone. Rhodes and AlGhais got off to the quick start. Joe Rhodes had a chance to give his team a 2-0 lead. And then Blake Robertson caught fire and has shot the ball beautifully down the stretch. His shooting percentage all the way up to 57% as he has made 11 of his last 15, with Gabriel up there for 1. Put back into play by Kane Gabriel. It's match point. And that's it, as Gabriel slams home that pull kick. So a nice effort from Joe Rhodes and Fawaz AlGhais. But it's Blake Robertson and Kane Gabriel